guys, Bobgar here. It's wrap-up time for $10 Thopter Sword combo in Modern. We went 3-2, not quite fair because two of our opponents left after the first game, but still, I'm going to take it in this case. I think I said for the last game that it was a bonus game. That was actually wrong. I just didn't realize how many games I had recorded. So we only played 5 matches. We went 3-2. We won 6 games out of 11 and lost 5. So a little bit above average, but right about the average mark. We ran into some pretty good decks too, so we did, I think, pretty well to do that well against them. And let me move on to what went well and what didn't. So for the most part, there weren't too many cards that felt bad. So the ones that have X's by them even, I didn't really feel like they were bad in the matchup. They just were the least good, if that makes sense. Seagate Oracle just always felt hard to tap out for, as opposed to leaving up mana leaks or just muddling for what you needed. I mean, in aggro matchups, yeah, it was good. I think the one time we played it, it was pretty good, but it wasn't amazing. I preferred Wall of Omens in most cases, if for no other reason, just because it's so much cheaper. 1 mana cheaper, but that ends up mattering a lot. The other one that was I put as bad was Thirst for Knowledge, and that's not to say I would cut it from the deck. I just feel like I ran it as a 4 of, and it might have made more sense to be a 3 of. If we didn't have the budget constraints, we very well might go up at least one more Sword of the Meek, for instance. Maybe we'd cut Thirst for that, although honestly we might just cut a Talisman for that. We did end up mana flooded quite a bit because we do run a lot of mana in this deck, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It gives us a lot of mana to dump into our combo, but and the way we have this deck built, it is very mana hungry to both combo off and to like do the pure combo with Time Sieve, and also to just generate a ton of tokens and take over the game that way. And then what went well, I didn't feel like it was fair to say Sword of the Meek and Time Sieve and Thopter Foundry did well, but all 3 of them were awesome. I feel like, I guess we won against the aggro decks we played against without Time Sieve most of the time. They just gave up the turn before we transmuted for Time Sieve and put it into play and took infinite turns. Although we did do that against one opponent that didn't want to give up. But yeah, those 3 were obviously the best. But Day of Judgment helped us stabilize in a lot of games. I mean, if we can get out of Wall of Omens or Seagate Oracle to like save a little bit of damage, or play a mana leak to save a little bit of damage, ramp up to our Day of Judgment on turn 3, or even just hit it on turn 4 or 5, they were very good sometimes. They kept us in the game. And then Muddle, obviously, it was our tutor. And it was also surprisingly useful as a counterspell. I mean, it's not a bad counterspell. Keeping it up definitely didn't feel bad in some instances, so it wasn't terrible. I think Muddle the Mixture would be a really good spell if Transmute could be done at instant speed. I think that's the biggest problem with the deck, is you can't hold up counter spells and then muddle it end of turn. But that's the way a lot of spells are. A lot of spells are just sorceries, and so that's what you get. That's the way it works. There are some very nice things about Muddle, like it can't be countered, although obviously they could just counter the thing you transmute for, but I liked that fact. Gave us something to do when we thought our opponents were holding up counters. And then I wanted to talk a little bit about upgrades. I didn't put too much work into this slide. I basically looked up, hey, Tesserator is a real deck. It uses the Thopter Sword combo. You can see it in this list. 2 Sword of the Meeks. Where's the rest of it? 3 Thopter Foundries. And this uses Tesserator Agent of Bolus to tutor things out and do things like that. I've never played it. I don't know that much about it really, but yeah, it's a very strong deck. It's not like top tier in Modern, but if you're good at piloting it, it can be quite good. It has the disadvantage where it costs $1,100 in paper and just a little over $600 on Magic Online, so it is very much not a budget deck, but it is pretty powerful. You can tell it has a lot of good spells and a lot of ways to tutor them. So things like Engineered Explosives and Ensnaring Bridge just choke your opponent out. So yeah, and that's the deck for the week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any comments, any opinions, anything you want to share with me. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Peace. Hey guys, Bobgar here. I just really wanted to quickly say, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you enjoy my content in general and would like to see more of it, subscribe. I'll be coming out with more content in the future. And please leave me comments and let me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, both in terms of production and in terms of my play and my deck building and all that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time.